Welcome to this week's episode of What's Up Weekly, where we bring you the latest news in 10 minutes or less. I'm Margot Andrews.
And I'm Brittany Bradley. Like always, we're here to keep you up to date with news on campus and around the world. So I figured we'd start off with some big news this week. Being the Dancing with the Stars expert here at What's Up Weekly, I definitely had to do a story on the show's big announcement about their season 14 cast. The hit show has released their list of so-called stars, and let's just say, I don't think I'll be tuning in this season. Urkel being arguably the most famous of them all, I think it's safe to say the show will not be breaking any viewing records. Family Matters star Urkel, played by Jaleel White, will be joined by singer Gladys Knight and the Green Bay Packers player Donald Driver. Other celebrity dancers who made the cast are The View co-host Sherry Shepherd, singer Gavin DeGraw, and Disney Channel star Roshan Fagan. I'm going to go ahead and pick my frontrunners to be former Melrose Place star Jack Wagner and extra co-host Maria Menounos. I definitely don't think this cast can top the excellence brought by season 13, but you can judge for yourself starting March 19th when Dancing with the Stars premieres on ABC.
Man, just another season of another show that I will never watch.
You really should try it. It's actually pretty good.
You know, anything that streams on Netflix is pretty much what I'm stuck on right now. I don't have that, live TV.
Yeah,
I can't do it right now. Yeah. Well, from one bit of drama to the next, it seems like some drama has ended for Beverly Hills housewife Camille Grammer. She and her former husband, Kelsey, have settled their custody battle. The two have been battling for some time now and have finally reached a permanent agreement. Their 10 and 7-year-old will live in LA with Camille, but will have meaningful contact with their father. And I'm sure their impending half-sibling too. As for the financial issues in the divorce, they have been almost completely solved and should be settled very shortly.
Drama, drama, drama. Well, something this next lady is used to as well. Our favorite bad girl in Hollywood has decided to clean up her devilish ways. Lindsay Lohan says her partying days are over and she's ready to prove it to America. Lilo claims she is now more of a homebody and she just had to get the partying out of her system. Lohan's legal troubles are almost all cleared up as well, and the judge involved with her probation even stated that Lindsay is on track to getting her life back. The young actress has booked a gig with Saturday Night Live and will be hosting the show this weekend.
I did see her interview on the Today Show this morning. I know some people were skeptical that she couldn't state exactly when she's been sober since, not the day, the hour, anything. But, good luck to her. I'm glad she's over that club scene.
Honestly, I like her. I think she's talented, so I'm rooting for her.
Yeah. Well, since you brought up drugs and alcohol, I'll transition into our next story. About 10% of Americans use some form of sleeping aid with frequency, but a new study is linking the usage of these nighttime pills to death. Are these drugs doing more harm than good? Possibly. The study shows people who take these pills have an increased risk of death, whether that comes from anxiety, depression, or mistaking medications. 18 out of the 24 studies run on this topic describe an increased risk of death when using the drugs. However, pharmacies are countering these findings, saying medicines undergo thorough clinical trials and are regulated by the FDA. Doctors are describing it as more of the behavioral methods of taking a drug, such as mistaking it for a vitamin, taking a sleeping pill, and getting in a car. While it's not linked to the medical components of the drug, it is something to be aware of nonetheless.
I actually don't get a lot of sleep, so...
I don't think you need the medication. You just need more time in your life.
Exactly. Well, it seems we continue with the issue of drugs. We have a follow-up story on Whitney Houston's death. Her toxicology report has been returned, and her death has been determined as an accident. There were no signs of struggle, and nothing was found to be suspicious, with officials saying there's no chance she was trying to kill herself. Houston was taking antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications during the time of her death, but it is not expected these played any role in her tragic loss. The case is still open, but is expected to be closed sometime next week.
Accidental is still so vague.
I
wish they could get some closure, and we still wish her family the best.
Exactly.
But speaking of lost icons, you may remember these books growing up as a child, the Berenstain Bears. I know I read them with my mom and dad as a kid, and I was sad to hear of the news that Jan Berenstain, co-author of the book, passed away last week. This series became a hit in the early 60s. Jan and her late husband Stan co-wrote the books after meeting in art school, believe it or not, back in 1941. Since the 60s, the series has over 300 titles and has been published in over 20 languages. Jan suffered a severe stroke, but she and her husband are survived by their 2 sons and 4 grandchildren.
That is sad news, and it's weird sometimes, you don't even get to see the faces behind the books you read.
Yeah.
I love those books, but I would have never known about her. Well, I actually have some very important and timely news. Terror struck Chardon High School in Ohio Monday morning when a student brought a gun to school and began firing. 2 days later, 3 kids have been pronounced dead and 2 are being treated for injuries. The investigation is ongoing, and new information released today says the killer chose his victims at random. 17-year-old TJ Lane appeared in juvenile court Tuesday afternoon and said he took the gun and shot 10 rounds in the cafeteria. Lane stated he did not have a motive for his behavior. With no planned victim and no motive, it's obvious this man is not well mentally. Lane is expected to be tried as an adult due to the seriousness of his crime and will be held in a detention facility until his sentence.
I definitely believe he should be tried as an adult. If you're willing to take those kind of actions, you should be willing to suffer the consequences.
I agree completely. We will definitely follow this story and send out our prayers for the families of the school.
Well, from a bit of tragic news to some good news, after coming clean with the public about having type 2 diabetes, Paula Deen has stayed true to her word about getting healthy. In fact, the queen of Southern cuisine has recently dropped 2 pant sizes thanks to walking 30 minutes every day and eating portions half the size of her old ones. While Deen mentions that she doesn't own a scale, she does have a pedometer to track her daily walks. Congrats to Paula on a start to a healthier lifestyle.
Well, we're going to end the show with some national and political news. In a report issued Tuesday to the Pentagon, information was released that 9/11 victims' remains were disposed of in a landfill. The remains came from 2 of the 3 sites of the September 11th attacks. The mortuary responsible for these mishaps is at the Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. The company is said to have burned the remains and dumped the ashes in a landfill. Investigation on this report shows practices similar to this that have been going on for years. Officials are reviewing the problem and offering more oversight, training, and inspection at Dover to prevent this type of behavior to future service members.
I really hate hearing stories like this because it's after the fact. Like, what can you do now?
It's nothing you can do.
Well, instead of boring everyone with a political story today, I figured I'd wow you with Brittany's 2012 election knowledge. So we're going to take a mini quiz. Are you ready?
I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
Get ready. Okay. Currently, who are the 5 candidates running for the 2012 election?
Okay, Obama, Romney, Paul, Gingrich, and something that starts with an S.
So you got 4 out of 5, and the last one is
good.
Rick Santorum. That's good.
That's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive. And of the 5 names, who is automatically going to be on the ballot next year?
I actually know this one, Obama.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding. And which 2 states had their primaries on Tuesday?
I know Michigan was one. I saw that. And then I'm going to go ding, ding, ding. Arizona, right?
Correct. Wow, you are actually impressing me.
Honestly, I'm impressing myself.
And do you know which candidates won which states?
I know Romney won Michigan and Arizona, right?
Yeah, you're correct. Romney swept the states. So that's it for our little quiz. But just to show you, Brittany's pretty up to date. And if she can beat, anyone can beat.
I actually surprised myself. Yeah, I'm impressed.
You did pretty well.
And then also to prove to you guys that I know things outside of politics, we have a quick little headline rundown for today. It turns out Snooki, there's rumors going around that Snooki's actually pregnant. Seems like there's going to be some little Snookies running around.
Yeah, what's that going to do to the franchise of the Jersey Shore? We'll find out. Also, lead singer of the Monkees, Davy Jones, is confirmed dead. He died of a heart attack today at 66 years old.
And Ben Affleck and Jennifer Gardner had their baby boy today in Santa Monica, and his name is Samuel Gardner Affleck.
And on a positive note, it's free cookie day for Subway, so run out and go get your cookies.
Enjoy your cookies in the great weather. We'll see you guys next time.
Have a great week.